What's up, Bitget?
Hope that you enjoyed that intro video, and if you know who created that, let me know. I was only able to find people that tweeted it, or I guess retweeted it, so I don't know who created that, so I can't give them credit on the video description, even though I did not create that really cool, funny intro. I think that's amazing. I've watched it like 7 times. It's so funny. But anyways, welcome back to the EAM Crypto channel, episode number 24 of the upcoming weekly preview and weekly recap. Of course, FTX is everything that we're going to kind of cover, but we're going to cover it from a couple different angles that maybe you haven't seen before. And if you lost funds on FTX, I feel so bad for you guys. What a horrible thing. And could have happened to just about anyone, right? Because you had to figure that they were probably legit with everything that SBF was doing as far as like his, what he had done with politics, and it had all these celebrities and all this. I mean, they definitely made it seem like they were doing things right. So this was all just shocking, even though now we're starting to see that the red flags were everywhere, absolutely everywhere. But let's get into things. There's a lot to cover. I don't want this video to be very long. But what, now what? What are we going to do now? How do we pivot now? How are we going to trade now? I'll talk about a trade I have right now. But look, guys, check this out. This is thanks to Bitcoin. They tweeted this really good picture right here, basically illustrating the fact that the Luna crash was, of course, back in May. We all remember that. But the Luna contagion, as far as 3AC, Celsius, Voyager, and really FTX now, right? Because they're all related. We know that now. We didn't see that as far as the price action until down here, right? Much later. So it's not like what they're trying to show here is that, yeah, we had the initial crash because of it here, but there's more likely another one coming. So, because we don't know what this FTX contagion is going to be, we're going to cover a couple things right now, but it's no telling how that's going to play out. So other than the fact that's going to most likely create more sell pressure, it's taken us back so many steps as far as price action, fundamentals, money that's going to come in from both the big investors and retail. Now we know that regulation will be coming, and it's going to be coming down harder than we probably would have liked. It's going to take a toll. What SBF has done to the crypto industry is beyond words. So big. And he has set it back so many years. And this really sucks. I hope that there's something really good can come of it. I'm seeing a lot of things as far as proof of reserves coming out. That's something that needs to happen. But look, if a site, like whether it's, for example, I'm an affiliate for Bitget. They're working on something that's really cool where they're going to show all their proof of reserves, but they also need to show proof of liabilities. All these companies do as well, because you can show what you have as far as proof of reserves, but if we don't know how those tokens are basically being used or lent out, it doesn't give us the whole story. So you want total transparency, proof of reserves, proof of liabilities. But anyways, so this is one example of how there's still so much that we don't know. So another thing that I wanted to show is here with as far as the contagion and how things will go. If you didn't see my Aptos video where I said it's the next ICP from a couple of weeks ago, go check it out, okay? But look, guys, right here, this is huge. You should okay, the big part is this one right here. I don't care about all the partying or whatever. That's their own business. But look, they would be in Sam's condo for days on end while we worked our asses off building shitcoins on Aptos. Are you kidding me? So what did I say on that when Aptos came out? I said it was a clear and obvious money grab. That ecosystem looked ridiculous. I mean, one of the tokens was called, or one of the ecosystem tokens or projects was called like Jesus Aptos. I mean, it was so obvious that there was a bunch of crap and that there wasn't a bunch of honesty and that they were trying to make it seem like it was more than it is, right? So at the end of the day, this right here tells me that my gut was right, that the Aptos ecosystem was full of crap and that these guys are just trying to trick retail, and that's what they were doing. So as time comes out, we're going to see more and more of this kind of stuff, and the contagion's just it's going to keep going and going and going. And then if that's not enough, just about about an hour ago, Jump Crypto, right? Jump Crypto They gave their whole, email thread about how everything's fine, but this was a massive blow to the industry. So they're calling out the fact that it's a massive blow to the industry. But my concern here is that we just see like everyone that comes out at first says, hey, everything's fine, everything's okay, and here's an email thread telling you everything's fine, and then a few days later you find out everything's not fine. So I'm not saying that something's wrong with Jump Crypto, I don't know, but I just feel like this could be another one of those situations where don't be surprised if there's more to this story. So it just seems like we don't know how bad things are, how bad they're going to get. So at the end of the day, we kind of have to figure that maybe, just maybe, we're going to see more capitulation. The miners haven't capitulated either really just yet. There's still more to come. Who knows? Maybe Powell decides to hurt the economy some more, even though the CPI numbers did come in colder than expected last week. So real quick, guys, as far as the key levels, we had that big kind of like 13.8 level, maybe 13.7 to 14K level. That's coming up. It's right here. And it just looks like BTC. It's like magnetically pulled to it. And, sometimes as these candles start getting bigger, you start seeing other big ones. So on the next monthly, or maybe even the next weekly, we could see another big candle right there. So I really do feel we're going to be testing that really, really soon. I don't think it's going to take as long as maybe at first I thought. Now, I know that I am one of those YouTubers that said all along, I don't think we've hit a bottom. I'm not saying we didn't, right? Because no one that really is a true disciple of TA believes that they know the outcome before it happens. But all I kept saying was that I thought that all these YouTubers that were going around saying we found a bottom, I think it was their ego. They weren't really listening to the charts, because the charts were telling us, A, the most likely scenario is that no, we did not find a bottom. And B, even if we did find a bottom, it's just really, there wasn't enough data to know for sure. So I still don't understand why, because someone kept telling me, oh, this Crypto Crew University guy that has all these subs keep saying we found a bottom. Why do you keep saying we don't? And guys, I don't care what other YouTubers say. Like, I care what the TA, or how I interpret the TA. That's what I'm going to go by. I don't really care what other YouTubers that say, because it's just at the end of the day that they're not paying, they're not going to pay my bills. I have to pay my bills, so I have to make my own choices. But at the end of the day, we see 13.8-ish, and if that doesn't hold, then 11.6, kind of 11.5 to 11.7, as you can see here. 11.5 to 11.7 is the next key level support. We break that, and it's going to get ugly. So I don't even want to talk about that. As far as Ethereum goes and how Ethereum is going to pass that up, this is the way I see it. We got to stay above this right here, this big old kind of range right here, which could be anywhere from about a little bit over 1100 to about right here, about 993. We dropped there. Next really big level support that I see is around 750, and then after that, it's kind of like 420. Where it wouldn't surprise me if it wicks down all the way to 375. So things are looking really, really bearish with Ethereum if we can't hold this range. And if we can, then who knows to see what happened. Now, someone asked me, hey, do you think a double bottom could be a possibility? So we're going to have to change the settings here. But as far as a double bottom, guys, no, I don't see that scenario playing out for a number of reasons. But the most obvious one is that this drop right here, I mean, this is not a double bottom. If you look at if you look at this drop that we just had right now versus what everyone thought was the previous bottom, it's not really a double bottom. I mean, you can make a Wyckoff kind of, you can use Wyckoff. Wyckoff states that sometimes you can have a lower double bottom and that it's going to be used as a spring. I guess you could give that example if you're really, really, really being stubborn. But you shouldn't, and I'll tell you why. Because this bottom is about 10 to 12% lower than this one. And for that Wyckoff spring kind of rule to play out, you have to be maybe closer to somewhere between 4 and 6%. So that kind of tells me that it's most likely we're not going to have that spring double bottom when this bottom is much lower than this one. So that's why I don't see it playing out. Not saying it won't, totally possible. Statistically speaking, historically speaking, probably not. So just wanted to kind of call that out right there. And then as far as what I'm doing right now, I know that you guys always want to hear about my trades right now. I only have one trade open, and it's Doge, and it's a short. It's a short. It's not a long, it's a short. Why am I shorting this asset right now? Well, pretty simple. It's not really TA based. It's just kind of common sense based, I guess you can call it. And What I did is I shorted it this morning around 9.1, so it's at 8.9, so I'm up a bit. Um, and why did I do that? Well, I was on that Twitter Spaces call yesterday. I was on it when Elon came in. That was awesome. That was very surprising. And this is about right here, down here. No, yeah, about down here is where this asset was. So if we look at a different time frame, here, this is a little better, is about where Doge was, okay? Somewhere down here around 0788 when he jumped on the call. Because he jumped on the call and kiddingly stated Doge to the moon, that's why you saw this price action. So guess what's going to happen? It's going to come right back down. It's going to come back down. It's done it every time. I've been trading Elon's tweets since like he started tweeting. I think it was like about Doge, which I think it was maybe like 2 years ago. I still remember because Doge was like at 2 cents. And I remember I took a long because of one of his tweets at like 2 cents. And then I sold when it got to like 2.5 cents. And I thought I was a genius for making 25% return. Well, guess what? It 38x from that. So I felt like a genius, but I was really being a dumbass when I sold. But anyways, the short of the long is this. After his tweets, you usually see that price action come back down because the tweet can only do so much. So I will probably close my long somewhere down there at a nice little gainer. And that's why I did it. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot. This is the key thing. Yes, he jokingly said Doge to the moon. But what no one on Twitter said, everyone just said, hey, he said Doge to the moon. What no one stated was that after he kiddingly said that, he got a little serious and he said, look, guys, we have a lot to do at Twitter right now. We have a lot that we need to fix. We need a lot that we need to improve. We need to innovate. We need to be more agile. We need to do all these other things. So guess what? This Doge wallet integration initiative is going to be put on the back burner. He made that crystal. Oh, look at it dumping. Let's go. Keep dumping. I love it. Actually, that was the level of support. Yeah. But I guess TA can't really apply TA. Actually, it wasn't. Can't really apply TA to this, but okay. But yeah, this is beautiful. I want to see it dump more. I wonder if BTC is also dumping. Not a little bit, nothing major. So anyways, so that's why I took that one. Like I stated earlier, I'm expecting to for it to come back down to the levels where it was before that tweet. So especially because we're so bearish on everything else. So what else are we going to cover? Okay. As far as smaller caps, I've been very careful with what to speak about these and what not to say because of the fact that they are getting hammered. I mean, MDB has been able to kind of hold its own a bit during this whole horrible bear market. So, shout out to MDB. Everything else is just about gotten hammered. But I did want to state that there's a couple of assets that I have my eye on Arbitrum. I haven't really decided to say that much about them just yet. I'm waiting on a couple things. Wanted to hear more about the actual team and the project. And I'm just waiting for a bear market. But guys, I just want to start kind of throwing it out there. I think Arbitrum's going to have some gems because their airdrop's going to be coming up very, very soon for the ecosystem, right? So the projects inside of Arbitrum are going to strongly benefit from that airdrop. So I don't know when that airdrop's going to happen. I like to think that they're not going to do it anytime soon because of the fact that you don't want to do it while all this is going on right now. So I will be telling you guys more about my picks in Arbitrum because I think that's just a really amazing ecosystem. It's so freaking fast and it's cheap. So yeah, use Ethereum, but it's really, really cheap. So I just absolutely love the Arbitrum ecosystem. All right, so Serum, this is another one that we've talked about. Again, for those of you that are new to the show, let's just go over it. This is another scam. VC, Alameda, scam. And look at this circulating supply, guys. 3 freaking percent. It's still at 3.2 billion. When I first started telling you guys about it and talking about it whether it's Discord or DMs to everyone, this fully diluted market cap was somewhere around 7 billion. Okay, so we've been shorting the heck out of it. I actually closed my short on it yesterday. Probably should have pressed it a little harder, but I was already up about a decent amount on it. And this isn't one that we've been covering. I see this going to zero eventually, but it's tricky, guys. If you're looking to short, again, I short all my assets on Bitget. I leverage trade on Bitget, and you'll see the link below if you want to support the channel. Great way to support my channel. And it's really cool. The link you'll see, they set it up with my name, my pictures on there, all that good stuff, and you get a bunch of really cool rewards if you join Bitget via my link. But I did want to state that I'm noticing a lot of games with this asset. So you see a lot of scam wicks where it just like goes crazy up real fast or down. Here's a huge example right here with this big old scam wick right here. I mean, you just see a lot of scam wicks all over the place. Look at that. They're like everywhere, right? Even one on the downside, which, for an asset like that, it's kind of weird to see it on the downside like that, because usually assets that seem to have power to them do this. And so what this tells me is that there's a lot of games, a lot of tricks being played. And so if you are going to, short or if you want to long this asset because you're crazy, just use really light leverage, really low leverage, because if not, you're probably going to get liquidated. You're probably going to get liquidated because there's just so much volatility to this asset. Quant, I know, is a big asset that a lot of people love. A lot of people swear that it's the future. I've covered it on prior videos. My sweet spot for this asset, if BTC does some of the things that I think it's going to do, is right down here, man, boys and girls, or ladies and gents, right here. That's right, down here. That's where I'm looking at it. Low 40s. Low 40s, I want a lot of this asset if it gets down there. So that's one thing that I kind of wanted to call out. Oh, but Enrique, it's such a strong asset. It'll never get that low. Guys, if BTC gets down to 13, if it gets down to 11.6, hell yeah, it's going to get that low, maybe even lower. But that's what I see as a nice sweet spot for a nice midterm or even long-term hold, or just a quick scalp. I mean, but I really like this, and keep in mind that this is a very strong asset. We already talked about this scam, Aptos, money grab, making up fake projects, fake communities inside of that ecosystem. Yuck. And I called it out on my video. I told you guys, stay away from this scam, Aptos scam, going to zero. If there's justice in the world, it'll go to zero, but it won't, because it's crypto. Nothing ever goes to zero. All right, so you guys won't paint me a complete and utter bear. There is one asset that if you just have to take along because you're just that big of a degen, and you have to take along right now, I guess it would be Chiliz, CHZ. They have that whole World Cup soccer narrative. The World Cup starts in like 10 days. Very exciting. I'm very excited to see the World Cup. It's really weird that it's not going to be happening during the summer. So weird, but hey, whatever, all good. I think this asset will outperform the rest of the market from now until the World Cup starts. Now, usually it's buy the rumor, sell the news, but the World Cup is like a 1 month long event, right? So when do you sell this asset? Who knows? No idea. So, but I'm not taking any longs right now. But if I were to have to take a long, or I wanted to, pick an alt that I think will outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum, so that I can grow my Ethereum or Bitcoin via the use of an alt, well, this would be it. But I think the safer play would be just to go to stables. What else? I think that's about it for today, guys. I'm trying to keep these videos less than 20 minutes. So yeah, Mask is another one that kind of went on a little run because of the whole Elon thing. Again, Mask is a part of that initiative with CC and Elon. So BNB, Doge, and Mask are going to be working together to bring that wallet integration to Twitter. Mask is going to obviously do very well because of that. And that's why this asset here, let's go look at the 1 day, did this craziness. All right, hold on. Let me fix this up and make it nice and pretty for you guys. Good God, has it been that long? All right, we'll go to the week. Time just goes by so fast. Okay, so here we go. So it did this whole thing, right, where it was just looked like it was little by little going to go to zero, and then boom, went crazy and did this 5x. And it's because of the Elon, the Twitter news, right? It did this, and now it's starting to give it all back. But again, like I stated earlier, Elon made it crystal clear that this has been put on the back burner. So I would expect this asset to retreat. So I would not buy Mask anytime soon. Who knows? With a little bit of luck, you can get it down here again. And then that becomes an easy buy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, I can't really think of anything else. I hope this helps. I'll be doing a lot more videos next week. I've been going on live. So thanks for you guys. I know I haven't been able to like schedule an actual date and be consistent about the time. So I'm just gonna have to kind of do it impromptu style, which I know kind of hurts the attendance. But still, we had almost 20 people live the other day just looking at charts and stuff. So we'll be doing that as well during the week, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of me. So all right, guys, great show again today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. Take care.